Welcome back again, everyone, to the Quiet Apocalypse. My name is Dexter. Let's see if we can survive. I have a little bit of chips here,
I'd eat
and I
snow if the
don't really
hypothermia
want to
wouldn't
eat
kill
a
me.
lot more than that. And there's a few reasons why. I think that today, my next course of action should be either going back to the man camp or going to Carter and bringing some more stuff back from Carter. I've got things stashed in both places that I would like to have back here. And it's probably just going to be a game time decision because, if I get to the man camp without too much difficulty, I may just keep going and go to Carter. But if I run into a lot of issues trying to get to the man camp, I may just stay at the man camp for a little while and then work my way back here and not bother going to Carter, because Carter is another significant push. I am just trying to kill some time until I can get this birch sapling cured. I think I've got at least another day to go on it, or maybe day and a half, something along those lines. So, and then my next big journey is going to be going to Forlorn Muskeg. I'll use this to make some arrows, and then I'll finally have a means of actually hunting and defending myself. Until then, the best thing I've got is a flare gun. So I'm trying to kill some time and until I can make those arrows. And what I do know is that, in particular, I have a mountaineering rope at the man camp, and I've got a pot somewhere, and I think some additional tools, some additional clothes, things of that nature. So I think what I want to do is go at least as far as the man camp. Okay, reduced fatigue. Leave. I want to go at least as far as the man camp and bring back some things that I've got stashed there. I've got 23. Well, maybe I should have done this before I left. Oh, that I would leave a lot of this stuff. Oh, here's my extra pot. Here I was talking about how I left it somewhere. Well, I can at least clear that out of my inventory. I'm glad I stopped and looked, because this would have been pretty inefficient doing all of this with an extra pot that I don't need in my inventory. So let's move that over. While I'm at it, let's take a look here. I do kind of want these books because I can read them. I technically don't need them both, but if I read through one, I want to have something there that I can read rather than just playing solitaire. I guess I could drop those cans. Let's move those over too. And I probably don't need a pry bar for this trip. That'll save me a little bit of weight. I don't need all of these. Let's transfer 5 of those. Don't need this. Let's transfer all of those. All right, we've cleared up some weight. 1 cured leather, I guess, is fine just in case I need to fix something if I get into another scrap with a... Oh, I'm going the wrong way. In case I get into another scrap with a wolf, then I'll be ready. So I did waste a little bit of my coffee time on that, and I need to get going. But what a nice morning we have on deck. Boy, what a nice morning. That is great. These are the kinds of mornings that you want if you're going to be setting off on a journey like this. Although it is quite cold. Yeah, I am going to be dropping some... I'll probably need to make a pit stop.
Looks like I survived another night.
The little cabin that's past this pond here. Probably should make a stop there to warm up. Hopefully I can do that in a fairly expeditious manner. Probably use that time to repair some clothes or something along those lines. Find something that I can do to keep myself from losing too much condition damage. Well, let's keep going. Now there was, when I came here, what was it? It would have probably just been yesterday. When I came here, there was a wolf that was on the edge of the pond. He was a little bit farther out, I think. Did I seriously sprain an ankle? I'm not even overloaded. That's hilarious. I don't think I'm going to deal with a sprained... Well, should I? No, I'm not going to do that. I guess this is what we've got these guys for. Alright. Am I still limping? I guess maybe I actually have to rest. And I can't run. Okay, well, what a way to start the day. I've said this in other videos. I think I was just describing this in my last video, but just in case you haven't been watching all of them. I do personally spend quite a lot of time in the outdoors. I do a lot of fishing, I do a lot of hunting, even just hiking, camping, all kinds of outdoor activities. I don't think I could say that I found one that I dislike, although I do enjoy some of them more than others. And I have to tell you guys, for all of the hiking and just moving around in the outdoors that I've done, I have never sprained an ankle doing any of that. In fact, I almost never even slip doing that. I think, and especially in snow, if anything, snow almost helps you. The times where I would say that mud is even worse than ice as far as slipping is concerned. Muddy conditions I would be worried about. I can even make my way through icy conditions. You know, you see the ice and you just take the appropriate precautions, and you know, it just sort of takes care of itself. I don't know if I'm just generally more sure-footed than other people. I can't make that claim. I don't know how I would measure that, but my word, does this game ever have you accumulate lots of sprains. And it's kind of amusing. I guess it's amusing if you don't take it too seriously. Alright, now we've gained quite a bit of elevation. Should be able to look down here. The thing that I honestly keep looking for is the bear spawn. Very often when I used to play this game, the bear would be right down there. And I see that wolf. He's there. I think I can make it into that cabin without too much difficulty from him. But I haven't seen the bear pop up there yet. In fact, I haven't really seen the bear pop up anywhere yet in this map. I did see the moose. The moose, it's interesting. The moose is over by the entrance to the camp office, which is interesting. I had never seen a moose spawn there before. I just know by the time I get down to that other cabin, I'm going to have another spray. So I'm just going to go for it. And whatever is going to happen is what's going to happen. I cannot believe it. Okay. I guess the other thing that I've kept an eye open for, because I've had it pop up here in this kind of general area on several occasions, is the prepper cache. Oh, I need to get a little bit farther over. So the prepper cache, I don't know if that's still a thing in this game, or if it's just not a thing on Voyager, because I am playing in Voyager right now, guys. It's my first time playing this game in quite a few years. So I'm reintroducing myself to this game on Voyager mode. And yeah, so I've looted here before, so I don't think I'm going want to spend a whole lot of time doing that again. And here's our buddy Frank. Hey, Frank. Still hanging out here. He doesn't get around a lot these days. All right. Let me just double check my condition. Sprained ankle. So I just have to... Well, then what was the point of me taking the painkillers? Maybe I needed painkillers and a bandage. Well, I've made it this far. I can probably make it to the man camp without doing this. I kind of don't want to burn a bandage on it. Although, having said that, if I do run into a wolf, I'll probably wish that I had bandaged my ankle. I don't know if this means that I take the bandage and rest, or whether I just bandage it. You are suffering from causing blurred vision and discomfort. Huh. I kind of don't really care about that. Okay, tactical decision-making time. I guess I can make another bandage, because I have plenty of and there's like pillows and stuff in here. Let me just double-check and make sure that I'm not mistaken on that. Yeah, see, I can make a bandage from cloth. I can do it anywhere. Okay, so I'm not really costing myself a whole lot from bandaging my ankle. So, how do we do this? Guys, I guess I need to figure out how to treat bandage. There we go. Now, does that fix it? Yes, healed. Okay, cool. So since I've used that up, let me get some of this cloth. I do not want to use my knife on it, and I need to warm up anyways, so I am not really costing myself a whole lot just doing this by hand. I can burn through some pillows. I guess I do need more tinder. That's something I ran into in my last video, so I guess I don't mind bringing a little bit of that with me. Here's some papers I can use as tinder. I don't really want to carry books, because that's an awful lot of weight to carry with you, just for fire making. All right, how am I doing? I'm about halfway recovered on my body heat. So I need to figure out something else to do in here. I guess I can just start going through these pillows. I have to use a knife on a pillow. I guess I can deal with that. Okay. I'm afraid that if I start reading a book, I'm going to get hungry. And I don't have any food until I reach... Actually, I probably don't have any food until I reach Carter. I don't think I left food at the man camp, although maybe I did. So I don't think I need that much more time. Maybe here's what I can do. I do have a few clothing items, like this guy here, these guys here. Let's repair these. What's this going to take me? 30 minutes? This is probably my best guy. Let's repair this. That's going to take me up to full... Yeah, my heat is maxed out. And I failed. All right. You are not good at sewing. You need to work on your sewing skills. But we're warm, and that's what matters. And we have healed our affliction. Our poor sprained ankle. So let's get going, and we can jog here, at least for a little bit. Save a few things in the tank for just in case we come across a wolf. And there's that deer. I think what I'm going to do is wait for the way back, and maybe I'll stop by and work on this deer if I have the weight for it. It's getting to be about that time where I could probably start going by some of these carcasses and taking more meat off of them. The first few days in this game, I was not doing very much of that because I just wanted to get through and loot as much as I could. And this, of course, being Voyager, there's plenty of food to go around, so you don't necessarily have to stop and get all that. Now, I'm trying to be careful, guys. I'm sorry my narration here is dropping off, but I have had wolves spawn in here before. Certainly more than once. Pick up a few sticks here. I generally feel a little agitated if I'm not carrying around at least a few sticks with me. In the quiet apocalypse, sticks are life. The sticks must flow. Alright. I'm not seeing any wolves. They do manage to hide in there because of all the stumps. I have found that it's very easy for them to hide and then jump out and ambush you when you least expect it, which I guess is sort of the point of an ambush. And with all of these stumps, you would think that there would be more mushrooms, but I'm not even seeing mushrooms. So rather than stress out about that, let's just get going. I think the man camp is not too much farther down this road, so long as there's not a wolf. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see anything moving. At least not yet. I want to jog that much more in case we need to go into a defensive posture. Okay. Well, I'm hearing something. Although there may be, so I think going up this ridge that way, I think last time I came through here there was a wolf that was sort of patrolling out there. I don't think he comes down to the road, but it's probably close enough for me to hear him if he decides to get vocal, which apparently he has, or some wolf has somewhere. I think, guys, correct me if I'm wrong, I think I may have also at some point run into a prepper cache somewhere up there. Oh, shoot. Oh, I think that's a rabbit. Yep, that's a rabbit. You wascally wabbit. Alright, we're going to get a blizzard picking up here, so let's get moving. And I think this is our man camp. Let's see if there's deer around. If there's deer around the man camp, we probably don't have to worry about wolves too much. I'm not even seeing deer. Huh. Interesting. Alright, I think I left my stuff in this guy, if my memory serves. Let's find out. And boom, right there. And I've gone through and looted this stuff, although now that I have a little bit of space, let me get a few more. Or I guess maybe that's the only one. Yeah, that's probably all that's in here. Okay. Let's see what I left. I did want that mountaineering. Oop, mountaineering. Yep, there we go. Did I have food in here? I don't need the reclaimed wood for now. Let's just separate that stuff out. That's stuff I can always come back for if I really find myself in an urgent need of reclaimed wood. Worn sweatshirt. I don't know if I need. No, let's just pick it up for now. The Sports Fest, I remember this stuff. So I did leave myself some food and some peaches and another cooking pot. I don't want the can. I have plenty of cans and I am only likely to have more as time goes on. Can opener I guess I can take. Ooh, there's my snare. And 2 flashlights. Yeah, see, now I'm going to be overloaded.
I wonder if I can drop any of this gear.
We picked up all... Well, nope. Ragged... I don't want to leave wool socks. Or I can bring a whetstone with me. I don't need a cotton toque. And I have plenty of can openers. Alright. We need to figure out what it is we're actually going to be bringing with us and then just stash the rest of this stuff. let's do this here. I don't know that I necessarily need to carry much firewood with me, although I guess I don't really have that much. So let's come back to that at some point. Medicine's fine, although I do need some more painkillers. I used up all my painkillers. And I'm carrying around driving gloves for some reason. I guess the flip side is they don't really weigh that much. I do want wool socks. I don't need these guys, and they are a quarter kilo. And these guys are all a quarter kilo, and I don't need them. And I've got plenty of stuff I can bust down into cloth in the meantime. I don't need this. I guess so long as I'm here, I'm just going to unload that because I don't need him either. So I'm just going to bring back this pair of socks. I am going to need to eat here, so I'm probably just going to keep both of these guys with me. In fact, I think that's just what I ate last night, so that's my winning combination. Look at all of the can openers I've got, guys. I have a lot of can openers and a lot of flashlights, too. I guess this may be where I don't need to decide this because I do have another flashlight at Carter Hydrodam, I think. So I don't even need to bring one there. I probably should at least, well, maybe I'll bring both of these, to be honest with you, because I probably should just keep one at my main base, and I'll probably have one to bring with me if I go, I don't know, somewhere. I don't need this many can openers, though. That's just total overkill in the can opener department. We're very rich in can openers. We can at least say that for ourselves. Okay. That's just everything. So I should leave the wood here. That'll save me half a kilo. That'll actually get me under my threshold if I leave the wood there, and I don't really have to have it. And I'll eat these guys. That'll save me basically another kilo. I guess I'll bring back the flashlights. Boy, that's not a super exciting trip, is it? I wish I'd have gotten more stuff out of this than that, but... okay, and I'm already just about at my max load, so there's no sense in going to Carter Hydrodam if I'm already carrying too much stuff. So let me drop this cedar log here. Drop. Hello? Drop. There we go. And we can be on our way, I think. Yeah, we are just under. We're probably likely to become overloaded again by the time we get back. But we didn't run into that many wolves on the way. The only one that's there, we know where he is. Oh, I'm going to be walking into... Huh. Well, I don't know. What do I do here? I don't know if I left anything in the rest of these trailers. I really don't want to spend my time. It's going to be a lot of time and energy trying to walk back into the face of that wind, which, you know, it's not the end of the world. I can do it, but it's very inefficient. If anything, maybe it's better to go back the other way, which I guess would take me to Carter Hydrodam. I'm sure I couldn't make it to Carter. Actually, you know, if there's any compelling reason to go back to Carter, the compelling reason probably is that I think there are more birch trees there around that area somewhere. And I would have the wind at my back. Well, technically, I really only have to walk into the face of it going this way. Once I start curving around a little bit more, I'll be out of it. I think I'm just going to head back, guys. Just being my own mule, my own Sherpa. Maybe is the technical term. Oh, that's weird. I thought the flare gun would pop up here. There we go. Shoot a rabbit with a flare gun. Let's see how that works. I'm sure if nothing else, it would at least be scared. Yeah, you, buddy. You. Jog some more. We don't want to lose too much of really anything at this point. With all the jogging I'm doing, I'm probably liable to become overloaded at some point, but I guess that's just the risk I'm going to be taking. The major thing is I don't want to be out here in the cold and get all of my clothing wet. I think if I scoot over here towards this berm, maybe that protects me from the wind a little. They're kind of off and on a little bit. This one's certainly protected. Keeping an eye open for wolves. I don't see any. Yep, and now I'm overloaded again. Oh, I didn't realize my jogging, my cardio capacity, my VO2 max was reaching its limit, so now I'm going to have to walk for a while. Fortunately, once I get up over this hill, I'll be able to turn, and then, as I'm saying this, I'm seeing an animal walking, but I think that's a deer. It doesn't look like a wolf. Oh, he's behind the trees there. I think it's a deer. I don't think I need to worry about wolves right now, so we're in the clear momentarily. Alright, let's at least get back to our favorite little cabin. Stop there, make a pit stop on the way back, say hi to Frank again. I'm sure he's missing us. Now, is my car... Yep, I'm recovered, so let's get moving. Actually, let's slow down, and then I can power up this hill. Now, I had heard once upon a time that Walter Payton, the way that he trained for football, was he had a big hill in his backyard, and he would just run up that hill just over and over again to strengthen his legs, sprinting muscles. So I guess I'm officially the Walter Payton of the Long Dark. Pick up your stick. There we go. Which is, I'm kind of doing it to myself if I'm picking up more sticks while I'm overloaded, but it's such a habit for me in this game, picking up sticks if and when they're available, that I just can't help myself. Oh, there's a wolf right over there. That's a little bit closer to the cabin than he was last time. But I think I was clear. And what's this? A Polaroid? A text scribbled on the back with details of Mystery Lake Vista location. Huh. Okay. Map. Okay. I have never seen a Polaroid in the game before. That must be a new thing that was introduced while I was on my hiatus from gaming. So that's actually quite fascinating. So let's take a look at this. Mystery Lake Vista. So I can't tell what this is. I guess this is a map of Mystery Lake. And I need to get here, but I don't have a map to show me how to get there. It's just somewhere in near one of the corners. Okay, I guess there's more about this game that I need to learn. Hello, Frank. Good to see you again. All right. What happens if I get tinder plugs out of that? Can I do it with my hands? I think that would be worth it. Just make sure I have plenty of tinder. And there was a tin of sardines hiding back behind there. This is why you have trust issues if you play The Long Dark for long enough, because you think that you have looted a place. And guys, look at this cabin. There's not very much here to speak of. But then you find that they've done something like that to you, just tucked something there behind a cardboard box, and you feel like an idiot. Okay, I am hungry, but I don't know that it's worth me eating right now. Boy, it's barely just afternoon. I have a whole day that I can do this. I just want to wait until I warm up. Although I guess I cannot read, because that'll probably tell me that I'm too hungry. Which, that would make a big deal, guys. I've read while I've been hungry before. Yep, you can't focus on research when you're this hungry. Alright. So I guess let's repair some more of the clothes since I did such a good job with it last time. Again, let's go after these mittens. And I have new wool mittens. Probably the next one ought to be these wool long johns. I don't want to lose these. And then my socks need some attention, but I am warmed up now. And while we have daylight, let's get back to our home base. Ooh, I don't want a flashlight, actually. I want, but yes, the flare gun. Oh, and I don't want to walk, or I'm gonna get sprain. I'm not seeing the sprain indicator, I'm just overloaded. That wolf is over there. Okay, so while he's there, let's just move. I don't think I'm carrying much that's going to have a strong scent to it. Okay, cool. Let's go. Man, in other playthroughs of this game, I would not even think of running through here because I would just assume that there's a bear here. But I haven't had a bear spawn anywhere in this game. At least so far. There's probably one walking around somewhere. Actually, now that I hear myself say that, I do recall, I think that he can also spawn at like the far end of the Mystery Lake. In which case, it may be a while for me to get back over there again because I'm going to have to get through several wolves in order to get to that part. Although I think there is a back way of getting there somehow. I'd have to remember how to do that. I think that might be the little creek. Wait.
I just need to close my eyes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe if I get over there, I follow that little creek from Carter Hydro Dam, and I think maybe that's where some birch saplings are as well for my bow skills. Maybe that's what I can put on my to-do list if I'm still going to be waiting for my birch saplings to cure. I guess once we get through this day, we can get back to trappers. We can see how much curing there is left to do. Because right now I have enough arrowheads for 3 arrows. We've looked that one up already. And that's a reasonable number of arrows, but kind of just for short-term survival, and especially if you have no firearm and you are just surviving off of arrows, at some point these things are going to break. So, I think the number one priority for my long-term projects before I get into anything else is going to be to just
too heavy.
Focus on the arrow. Oh, shoot. Yeah, I keep forgetting that I'm overweight. But we are getting close to home. It is getting pretty snowy. You know what's interesting? This is probably just because of the wind factor. You can tell there's not that much wind because the snow is mostly falling straight down. But I'm not being affected by heat at all. Or cold, I should say. I'm not being affected by cold at all. So probably these issues that I've been running into with my hypothermia has just been from wind and not from heat. Which is an interesting thing to know. I guess if I begin selecting clothing, I need to start selecting more for wind breaking. Okay, we're getting pretty close, guy. just make this one last final push. And pretty soon he's not going to be able to jog here at all. I guess I'm just going to use that up. Yep,
So
there we
drained.
go. We've officially redlined. We're going to have to walk the rest of the way back. But fortunately, oh, of course. Yeah, I'm just waiting for the sprain. We're overloaded. We're walking up a hill. Which is also a funny thing because typically you're at more risk of a fall if you're going down a hill than up a hill. Yeah, I think we probably made the right call here of just running to the man camp and then coming back here to our main base. Rather than trying to push onto Carter, because look at how overloaded we are. The main thing is really that climbing rope. That thing is a beast to try to haul around. And I'm going to have to take it somewhere, which I'm not really looking forward to. And to be honest with you, I don't remember where I would need to bring that to. I don't think you need a climbing rope in Muskeg. Correct me if I'm wrong. So I don't know that I would be bringing it there. There's got to be somewhere. The one place that I do specifically remember is Pleasant Valley, trying to get to... Where is it trying to get? Or maybe that's Timberwolf Mountain. Or maybe it's, maybe it's the transition to try to get to Timberwolf Mountain. Anyways. The trade-off is, if you don't have it, and then you're running around without it, then I have to come all the way back here to get it and bring it back again. Which is not that exciting either. And here is home sweet home. Gosh. What an image. This picturesque little cabin tucked up here on that knob. In the middle of this little valley. Snow coming down. What is this, late afternoon? Well, yeah, mid to late afternoon. What a game, guys. And this is why I've sort of thought about this game for all these years, because it really closely replicates things that you can see, experiences that you can have in real life. And it's just gorgeous. All right, finally we're back.
Heavy.
I don't know. Well, I can probably save myself a little bit of condition damage if I just have some water. I think that goes through your condition a lot faster than the food does. Okay, now we need to unload a lot of stuff that we just don't need. Oh, this thing's almost full. That's interesting. I guess if we fill this up, I have another one under my bed that we can use. Let's get this guy over there. I thought we had a flashlight. That is just about going to max us out on there. So we do have a flashlight. All of my crafting stuff I've just been kind of carrying around. See, like, I don't need to carry around 21 feathers. Or this leather. I can probably do some more repairs, so I think I'm going to... Actually, now that I hear myself say that, let's keep the leather over there, because I'll probably be spending some time repairing stuff. Oh, here's my other flashlight. I had 2 flashlights. I can't really store that much in here. Yeah, I'm going to scrap this. Let's just get some stuff going underneath this bed. Such as... What stuff we can unload. That's not that big of a deal. We can unload. I just have 1 extra sock, which I need to fix anyways. What I need, here we go. I have another pan, or pot, I guess I should call it, not a pan. A flashlight. Another whetstone. This snare I actually need to set up outside. I should probably run out there and do that before night. You know, I'm down to 22. That's way better. And I have some food that I'm going to eat here before I go to bed. Let's get over there and get my rabbit snare set up so I can start getting some renewable food and not just eating through my cans. I thought rabbits were running around here. Where did they all go? Huh. Well, they must be around here somewhere. I mean, they don't just disappear. I think, as I remember, so I have played some Stalker mode here as well, and I think the downside of this location when you're in Stalker is that there's some wolves that come through back here and wipe out all this stuff. So it's not as useful for renewable resources as it might otherwise be. I think I'm just going to set it up here. These rabbits have to be around somewhere. I mean, they just are. The wolves haven't come through and wiped them out. It's not like they disappear off the map, and I haven't hunted any of them. So why can't I place it? Oh, it just has to be closer. Okay. So what about... I don't know that it makes a difference one way or another. I'm just going to set it up there on that hill. Maybe it's the snow. I think maybe the wildlife disappears if it's snowing. Because I don't see the deer there. I did have a group of like, I don't know, 3 or 4 deer that were always walking around on that hillside. I don't see them there now either. So maybe the game just has a setting that these animals are like bedding down or something to wait out the snow. Anyways, nothing I can do about it right now. I do have a snare set up, so we're going to slowly start working our way up the food chain. And speaking of which, this guy's 72%, so he kind of like needs another day. And these ones are ways behind. So, and my guts are 38. Actually, now that I think about it, these guts may be the bottleneck. Because I don't think... Oh, no, I do have a bow. So I don't... Let's check. Where do I see this? Here we go. Is it here? An arrow shaft. It makes 3. So 1 cured birch sapling gets us 3 arrow shafts. And an arrow head. Oh, that needs the forge. Where's the arrows? A fire-hardened... Wait, I can just make a fire-hardened arrow with sticks. Hang on. Hang on. This was never a thing. I can just use sticks and crow feathers. And a fire. Okay. Where's the other arrows, though? A simple arrow. Okay, so I don't need guts to make arrows, which is interesting. I guess I'm somehow gluing these feathers on there. I'm not threading them on, but okay. I'll take what I can get. So I am going to be able to make... I think this is basically telling me that I have one more day that I need to kill, and then I'll be able to use that. What have I got here? Maybe it's time for another fire. Actually, what I should probably do is... I don't have very much wood left here. Should probably go take care of my wood supply while I have some more time left. And I'm warm. Yeah, even though it's snowing, I am still warm, so I'm not going to take condition damage. Let's just go grab another one of these logs and replenish that so that I can do some more cooking. If that snare turns into something, I am going to need to cook some meat. Hopefully sooner rather than later, so that I can still conserve some of my cans. Is there any logs down here? Yeah, let's see them. I guess there's something right here on the other side of this tree. Right there. That's our guy. On a slope. Come on. Cedar limb. Let's do it. And how are we doing? Yeah, we didn't lose that much condition, and we're already overweight as it is because we're tired.
I would do anything
So,
for a drink right now.
let's see if we can find one more. And that'll probably take us tonight. Oh, here's one up here on the top of the hill. Okay, cool. Alright. And guys, a lot of this survival is just sort of mundane stuff, I guess. Which is generally what a lot of off-grid living is, right? You're just taking care of the stuff that's not otherwise getting done because no one else is there to do it. It's just you. And, yep, we can't sprint back, so we're just going to slowly make our way down the ridgeline here. I suppose it's probably too much to hope for that a rabbit would end up in that snare. And I still can't figure this out. I don't see... it used to be that you'd come down here and you'd see like 3 rabbits running around over there, enjoying themselves. And we're not finding anything like that now. Look at how the snow is swirling. It's that is so cool. Man, this is amazing the way that they've designed this game. Okay, and here we are, home sweet home again. Overall, this has been a pretty productive day, which is nice when you can avoid a lot of wolf conflict and just get things done. I don't know how much longer we're going to be able to do that. There's nothing more that I really need to do here, and I need to kill about one more day in order to get to my birch saplings. Or at least the first one, my first birch sapling being cured. So, probably at about, 74%. So I don't know, maybe we do another cooking day here, although it wouldn't really be cooking, it'd just be water, because I don't really have that much stuff to cook. I think I have one coffee can, but I don't really want to cook that guy. I want to save him for bringing to Muskeg. So, yeah, I guess probably the next order of business is going to be to make it to Carter Hydro Dam again. Maybe bring back a load of stuff, but also to scout around there for some more birch. Without a rifle or I guess a revolver, I guess, is the other option now.
I need to find something
in this
to drink.
game. I'm down to that bow, and that's really weighing on my mind. If you've been listening to more than one of these videos, you've probably heard me talking about it now more than once, and I don't know if there's anything that I'm going to be able... Oh, I can't eat coffee. I just need to eat my Pinnacle Peaches. Until I can actually reliably start killing big game, I'm going to be pretty limited in what I'm going to be able to do. So, bows and arrows is going to be it for me for now, unless I come up against something that I have not anticipated at this point. However, with all that being said, this was a productive day of surviving in the quiet apocalypse, and I appreciate all of you coming along with me. We'll be signing off for now. Until next time, stay warm and stay sharp, and I'll see you in the long dark.